Hiya, folks. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Welcome, paisanos, to another fantastic episode of the Super Axie Bros Super Show.
I hate that you did that reference, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna stick with it. I like it. Hey, paisanos! I cannot do that dude's voice. It's next to impossible.
And what would the Super Axie Bros Super Show be without its super host? That's right, folks. You guessed it. Am I interrupting something?
Oh, hey, Lana.
Oh, Lana! Not at all. You sure? What was that thing you were just doing? I was talking to myself. You talking with yourself. Oh, that. It's no big deal. I'm just getting ready for the day ahead. Huh? Yes, sir. It's what you'd call my morning routine. I always start my day off with this mental exercise. Pretend you are the host of a wildly popular morning talk show.
I mean, doesn't everybody do that?
Like, sup, it's the Axolotl hour, and I'm your host, Axie. This is my crib. What the? It's never failed to get me amped up for the excellent day ahead. You should give it a try. I'll pass. I must be going nuts. I thought for a second there you were going to say that you were talking to the eye. Eye? Nah, ain't nobody like that in my corner. So, how have you been lately? You better not be balling up stress again, you hear? Well, I'm doing as much as I can. That taking care of Liam is a full-time job. But actually, what I came here for was to ask about you, Axie. You haven't stopped by in a week.
Oh, it's been a week since the time that he's been that he went to the void?
We've both been worried. Well, cast those worries into the ocean. You know me, I'm just as fine and dandy as ever. I've been doing cool guy stuff this past week. Oh, and what sorts of things do cool guys do that normal guys don't? Well, you know us cool guys, our coolness is mysterious. A mystery of an enigma, us cool guys are. Anyway, why aren't you with Liam this fine morning? Like I said, we've been worried about you. And as selfish as it sounds, I wanted to clear my head for a few minutes. Liam said it would be okay. And mentioning him, I'm not sure if he's doing better or worse on the medicine. But if I had to guess, I'd say he's doing worse overall. When the candy stops working, it's awful. At first, there was that energy burst, but now it seems like the meds barely work.
He's getting okay. They're giving him okay. That's what I was afraid of. He's kind of getting used to the effects of the medicine itself. Then again, it's just candy, but
they give him energy for an hour or two, 3, if he's lucky. And yesterday, I was afraid that he might have been having a seizure in his sleep. But, you know, there's no way I can confirm that. It sounds really rough. I'm going to tell you what I told you the last time we talked about Liam. Let me help. The best you could help would be to spend more time with him. You know, I've been meaning to do just that. We don't know how sick he really is. I've been saying all along that the more friends he has, the better he'll feel. Being friends with Liam would be a dream come true for me, too. I'm glad you feel that way. I'll warn you, though, if you do visit, afternoons aren't the greatest. I think that's when the candy starts to lose its effect, and his symptoms worsen. So it's really best if you head over in the mornings. Hey, what do you know? It's a morning right now. Well, if you're up to it, then go ahead. Would you like me to come along with you?
Let me handle this one, Lana.
Okay. But after visiting Neo, I'll be right over. If things get bad at any point, please don't hesitate to go and get me.
Of course. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Huh. Knock, knock. Wait a minute. Can I? Nope. Hit the S button.
Oh, Axie. Good. So, the eye hasn't gotten to you yet after all.
Nope. Nope. As far as I'm aware, not yet. Nope.
That's good.
So, how have you been passing the time, bud?
What you see is what you get. This is my life. All of it. Sorry for the bummer attitude. How about you? How have you been passing the time, Axie?
Somersaults! Lots and lots of somersaults.
Do
you want to see one? Axie knew a somersault would put him in an excellent mood. Yes. Yoink! Ta-da! No response. Axie had to try a different tactic. So, Liam. Axie searched desperately for a conversation topic. He blurted out a random question, the first thing that came to mind.
What are your dreams? You know, when you get permanently better. What do you want to do with your life? I'm probably not going to get better. So what's the point in telling you my so-called dreams?
Oh, of course you will. If the K doesn't make you better, then we'll just have to find something else that does.
You're not in my body. You don't know how this feels. Even if it doesn't work out, a little hope never hurt anyone, right? Yeah. I guess you've got a point. I'm sorry. All right. I should be more hopeful. I mean, just a few days ago when I thought the medicine was actually helping, I was over the moon. So, dreams, huh?
Yep, or maybe a hobby. Like, you know how the egghead is all into the void? Lana's into her plants. And I've got my somersaults. If you had the opportunity to do whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, what would you be doing right now?
I guess it would be nice to forget about all this. All the pain, all the trauma, all the embarrassment, and just go somewhere else. Somewhere I've never been before. Somewhere. Maybe even far away.
Ah! You've never been to my corner, have you?
Well, no. The tank, it's fine. I guess. But what about places? Outside the tank?
Outside?
That's right. I mean, Neo was talking about them the other day, and they sound amazing. Actually, I've been daydreaming of a few of those places myself. Places so magical they must be fictional.
You're starting to sound like the egghead.
Sometimes when I close my eyes, it's like I can practically see these places. Sometimes I'll think of bad things. But other times, my dreams are more optimistic. I've seen boundless green plains. I've dreamt of bustling cities with massively tall skyscrapers. Places full of people, possibilities in life. It feels like
if I had the ability to go to some of these places, it's like I could just start life over. Have a second chance.
Start life over, huh? Well, what sort of place specifically would you like to start life over in?
Sorry, Axie. Feel another attack coming on. Can we talk about it tomorrow?
Huh. Tomorrow? You mean you're not feeling good?
Axie felt like they just started their conversation.
Well, just try to relax for the moment. How about this, bud? When I come over tomorrow, you tell me the most awesome, the most grandiose place that you want to see. It doesn't matter if it's real or imaginary. I just want to hear about something fun from you. Okay, guys, I'm back. Hey, Liam, how was the homework? You know, today you were going to tell me about your dream place.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember. Sorta. Well, then, I guess something that comes to mind is a museum full of giant robots.
Giant robots? Whoa, that's way cooler than anything lame I thought you were gonna say. And no offense, bud. So, are these museum robots in an eternal struggle for all mankind? Could I pilot one and save the galaxy?
Well, from what I imagine, they're in a museum, so they probably don't move. I don't think you can go inside of them, but looking at them would be a pretty neat experience.
They worked once, right?
I guess anything is possible.
But if they don't move, that's super lame, though. I want to pilot a giant ship. I've even got a name.
You do, Axie?
Mecha's... Mechazor Gun Bust Evangelion. And it gets special power, and its special powers are repelling the opposite sex. What? Anyway, about your fantasy. What's so special about this museum that you'd rank it above everything else?
Well, that's just one idea.
That was the weirdest thing that I think I've ever heard him say. And then again, I've heard several weird things.
Truthfully, I picked something I thought you'd like. But I bet there's a nearby park next to the museum. And I bet that's just as fun, if not more so. Like I said, I just want to forget this, move on. And one way to do so would be to immerse myself in a different culture. It wouldn't have to be a specific one. Just somewhere new. Somewhere to forget and move on.
Why does it have to be a different culture? Why not just a different place?
Well, sure. It's a little cliche, I think. But I've always wanted to go on an island vacation.
Really? Ooh, an island getaway? Let's brainstorm this idea together. What if this island was owned by an eccentric rich family?
Sure.
And they built a giant mansion on it.
And maybe this mansion has a giant, beautiful rose garden, too. Perhaps I'm romanticizing things a bit too much.
Oh, and this island is infested by witches. Witches haunting the mansion and all who inhabit it. I see what you're doing there.
Witches? But witches don't exist.
You had to do that. Ooh, I'll prove to you that they do. What do you want to talk about today, bud?
We barely scratched the surface of all the places I want to see. I mean, we started talking about... But then, we got invested in this weird, convoluted conversation about whether witches exist or not. And we lost track of time. Do you mind if I tell you about a better place today? the robot museum was really just to appease you, and it was the first idea of many. Honestly, it's not even close to the best idea I've fantasized about lately.
Ooh, of course! Tell me some cooler fantasies.
I'd really love to just have a day all to myself near the coast. I could walk on the beach to my heart's content. Maybe explore a cave with the tour group if I wanted to be around other people. And just be free. Then, after a good couple of hours, I'd get tired. So I'd sit down with this novel on a little beach chair, the waves crashing by, and just read. Being surrounded by tranquility, reading a book in the sun. You can laugh, but that's more or less all I want. A clear mind in order to read.
Wow! That sounds so boring. I can respect it, though. It would be better if we could eat some delicious food.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm sure I eat at some point.
And I guess it's okay. I formally propose you include peanut butter and jelly in your cave beach book reading adventures.
Maybe for lunch, but it would come with fruit. It would be nice to eat with everyone and watch the waves. Waves stretching out for thousands and thousands of miles. And just marvel at the fact that we're alive and we traveled so far. And we're having a good time. And the sun is still out. And life is good. And there's still tomorrow to look forward to.
And with tomorrow comes more peanut butter sandwiches.
I think I could really do it, if given the chance. Live life as a healthy person. Get over all this embarrassment and baggage, and move on.
I've got a solution for that, my man. Just run around naked.
No, thanks, Axie. I'll pass on that one.
But we are naked.
Crap. And there'd be a huge painting, a lovely painting of a woman, and other exhibits from other cultures too. Maybe those other exhibits would be even more interesting than the famous painting I originally went to the museum to see. And it wouldn't be a scary experience at all.
Why would it be scary in the first place?
Being in a foreign city, in a foreign museum, with a foreign language. But in this scenario, I don't get dizzy. I don't get anxious or afraid. My heart doesn't start beating like a madman. Maybe I could also have someone with me. And that person will give me strength.
Yeah, dummy. It's not the other person that's gonna give you strength. It's you who's giving you strength.
What if we could give each other strength, perhaps?
Ah, so you see these famous paintings in the large museum. Then you go through the canals. But let's get down to brass tacks. What are our lunch plans?
Yeah, I guess no Liam fantasy would be perfect without lunch plans. How about a baguette sandwich with steak and cheese? We could eat them under that big looming tower they have. I know, picturesque, romanticized. But I bet it would be gorgeous nonetheless.
One revision, my friend. If you're gonna have baguettes, you're gonna have to stuff them with peanut butter. You have a very sick obsession with peanut butter, my dude.
The ocean is so mysterious. We could ride on a boat and then go snorkeling. Just imagine being immersed, surrounded by water, with sea creatures swimming in front of your face.
It's interesting seeing Liam actually being able to pull off a good conversation like this, you know? It's nice.
It would be the closest we get to visiting an alien world.
Gee, you sure come up with some crazy stuff. I mean, being under the water? Wow!
But instead, maybe the boat is a cruise ship. And the boat isn't scary. It's amazing. Relaxing activities at every turn, parties, magicians, gambling.
And even laser tag!
Being stuck on a ship playing laser tag, huh? You come up with some weird fantasies, but I guess there might be a sort of novelty in doing something like that.
And gourmet peanut and butter and jelly sandwiches. By some of the best chefs in the 7 seas.
There'd be other passengers on this ship too. Men and women from different walks of life. People are kind of interesting. As long as they have good intentions, I'd love to meet new people.
There's nothing wrong with enriching your life with new experiences. Just don't forget the friends you already have. Like Lana. Anyway, how would you feel after you've eaten, Liam?
Great. Lately, I've been getting sicker and sicker eating the candy. But in this scenario, I don't feel pain after I've eaten. I feel like food is wonderful, and I've never been able to truly enjoy it due to my stupid stomach.
So does that mean we get dessert?
And lots of it. He's been getting sicker and sicker with the medicine. Could you imagine, Axie? A whole city of bright lights, casinos, and activities going on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Sounds like breeding grounds for ne'er-do-wells. I'm in. Cool parties, awesome atmosphere. How could I resist?
Partying might be nice sometimes. It would just be nice to not be lonely in the middle of the night when most of the world is asleep. Me? I just like to go on a nice walk.
Well, while we're in this crazy city, then I want to buy one of those watch-o-matic watches. I want one so badly.
But watch-o-matics. Watches are so annoying. They're just an internet meme that's gone out of control.
I don't know if this is like a legit fourth wall break or they are suddenly regaining some semblance of a ridiculous amount of memories that must be from a previous life.
But yeah, I bet you could probably buy one from one of the vendors on the street, if you'd like.
Oh boy, together our scenarios are becoming less lame by the day.
Just imagine all the cheese at the cheese festival. And how cool would it be to camp outside with the stars? Or see the pyramids. And theme parks. Theme parks all over the world.
With Axie hats, Axie backpacks, Axie keychains, Axie coloring books, and most importantly, Axie-themed watch-o-matic watches.
Looks like I'm too sick to continue on for today, Axie. I guess I'll just have to see you tomorrow. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Don't joke like that.
Then stop mentioning those accursed watch-o-matic things. Huh. Shows. Concerts and festivals. And eventually, a nice home to settle down in. I bet out of everything I've named, that would be the best thing of all. A nice home of my own, where I'm not sick, where I can be my family. A place of true relaxation. A place of... Wait, before that, there are even more places I want to see outside.
Axie? Liam's got has got a sheen to his shine recently. He's definitely still sick. I can tell by how he thrashes in his sleep. But his attitude, his optimism, it's better than it was. Even if he's not getting better, it looks like he's been enjoying life a little.
The kid's got some interesting ideas, you know.
I do what I can, and he certainly likes me. But those chats where you guys talk about far-off lands, I think they're really giving him hope. And improving his quality of life, little by little. I know how much he appreciates holding my hand after you leave. But I can't shake the feeling that he's literally living for the chats that you guys have.
I bet I like him as much as he does.
By the way, have you seen Neo lately?
Well, actually, Lana,
We had an argument about a month ago. Don't worry, we made up a couple of days later. Ever since then, things have been a bit awkward. I haven't seen him much since. But there's no bad blood between us, or nothing. Why do you ask? Well, I went to visit him the other day. He looked tired, worn out. I think the void is really stressing him out by not letting out any items. I do hope Mr. Egghead feels better soon. Heck, maybe he should join our chats. Might do him a world of good.
Hiking, skydiving, video game conventions, the trifecta of awesomeness. All over Europe, Asia, Canada, Australia, South America, and the United States. I want to visit them all.
You don't want to visit them right now, buddy. You'll just get sicker.
And we'd spend all day in bed binge watching a show about garbage collectors in space. Wouldn't that be great?
Huh.
And then, I hope I could find someone to marry. And maybe even someone to have kids with.
Liam, I doubt you could raise one Axie, much less 5. I am pure, unrefined excitement. Peak performance. You can't improve upon my perfection.
My kids wouldn't be anything like you, Axie. I guess I don't know that, though. Technically, they could be like you. Oh, gosh.
And guess what she'd say next? And that's the way the news goes. Super funny, right?
I guess. And then...
Out of the blue, Neo burst into the space where they were having their daily chat. Oh, Jesus, dude. It was the first time they'd seen him in a while. His chest was heaving up and down, and he had on a cold, deafeningly serious expression.
Axie... Where's Lana? Both of you need to come with me. And quickly, too.
Oh, hey. I'm right over here. Well, what do you need?
It's the void. It finally started working again. But whatever it's released is... It's stuck. It will be quicker to explain when we're there. We need to get a move on, right now.
Will you be okay alone, Liam? Yeah, will you, bud?
No. If we're going to see something interesting, then I'm coming too.
You can't. Not yet. In your sleep, you're still having episodes. I'm with Lana, dude. Just rest. We'll be back in a jiff.
I mean it. I'm fine.
This is an emergency. Either come or don't come. But make up your minds now. I'm serious. Now!
Jesus. To their surprise, Liam was able to swim out of his hole, and even keep up with everyone. Lana and Axie both kept an eye on him, as they hurried over to the void. I really hope this isn't Ank. Oh man, you weren't kidding, Egghead. Something weird is going on with the void. The void was bloated, and on the left side of it, there was a strange, distorted-looking object poking through.
I assume this is what you were talking about? What is it exactly?
I don't know. God, I feel so stupid. I took my eyes off the void for only a couple of hours.
Don't beat yourself up, Neo. You can't be watching the void all the time. It just isn't healthy. Look, maybe if we get this thing unstuck, then the void might go back to normal. Axie? Hey, just between you and me, if something bad happens, I want you to take Liam and run far away. Well, of course.
Axie had He had a bad feeling. They all did.
I don't know what this is, but we need to pull it out now. Just in case the void decides to suck it up again.
None of them wanted to admit their guesses of what this was aloud. They all had a similar idea, though.
You guys sure you don't need any help? It's fine. Don't push yourself. The three of us together should be strong enough to handle this. Alright, you guys. Put your hands right here. And we'll pull together. On the count of 3, okay?
This thing. The texture of it feels so rough, doesn't it? I don't know if I've ever felt something so strange in my whole entire life.
I had a similar reaction. Isn't this exciting? An item this unique almost makes up for the last month of no-shows. I seriously can't wait any longer. Are you guys ready?
They nodded, apprehensively.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Pull, pull!
They were pulling, but
Hey, you guys feel that? Don't you? Whatever this thing is, it's pulsating.
Pulsating.
Axie let go and jumped back the moment he heard that.
The pulsing meant that this thing was... It must somehow be alive. And if it was alive, it could only be... I know it's you! I saw you swimming in the void that day. Ank! I want you to know that I'm sorry about before, but I'd do it all over again, 10 times over, if it means protecting the one I care about. It was now apparent to him that this was a tail, thrashing around wildly, attempting to create an exit. Lana and Neo both held onto the object tightly.
Axie, I can barely hear you. It feels like we need to get this thing out quickly. Or the shockwave it creates via the void might become too dangerous.
And then, with a final impact, the lightning flashing, the void groaning. It came crashing out. He came crashing out.
Oh,
Just like I thought.
he's huge. What could have happened to him?
Is this what the void does to someone? Is this somehow part of RB's plan? Wait, Neo. Don't move. Don't get any closer.
Wait a minute, why does Neo know about RB?
Wait a minute. I think I might have missed something.
Shit. The figure was looking at himself, admiring his new body. Finally, his gaze shifted towards the four whose mouths were agape. I'm back! And bigger and better than ever. I know that you must have missed the shit out of me while I was gone. But have no fear. Ank is finally here.
Ank! Is that really you? I've got so many questions. First, what did you see inside the void? It wasn't painful in there, was it? Tell me everything you saw. Please, don't leave out a single detail. Neo, seriously!
Look, as far as you lot need to be concerned, all that happened to me was that I reaffirmed my true purpose. His eyes set firmly on Liam. I'm a polite boy. You didn't think I'd just leave home without taking out the garbage, did you?
Axie, I'm on it. Liam, you come with me.
I'll be back once I make sure he's safe. Axie snatched Liam, and the two of them swam away as fast as they possibly could. Ank did not give chase. Rather, he just stood there, massive and wide-eyed. Wait. Neo noticed something odd. Ank was trying to chase after them, but he was moving so slowly. Slow to the point where it barely looked like he was moving at all.
Ank, I never got a chance to really talk with you before. Now we've got that chance. So let's do that. Talk like civilized beings. There's no need to jump into doing something so irrational.
Irrational? Does this look like the face of someone who is irrational?
Well, technically, yes.
After spending some time in the void, I feel clearer and more rational than I ever have before. It'll just take a moment to get used to this new body, this wonderful vessel. You know, I really do feel fantastic. It's such a good feeling, a great feeling. An absolutely wonderful fucking feeling. Knowing your dream of crushing the one person you hate more than anything is about to come true.
Please, Ank. Let's just slow down for 1 second. Is there any reason you can't just live with us peacefully from now on? Let bygones be bygones? You've been back for 2 seconds, and the first thing you want to do here is kill someone? I want you to calm down and try to listen to yourself through an outsider's perspective.
Listening to myself is exactly what I do best. And due to this new and improved body, I don't need to listen to any of you ever again.
You've got a second chance at life. You know how rare that is? And this is what you'll do with it?
You stupid bitch. You think your moral code means anything to me? Anything at all?
Oh, I'm so sorry. My moral code is unreasonable. Letting you kill whoever you want seems like an absolutely wonderful idea. I wanted to expect better, but you really are just a delusional psychopath.
What? While I was gone, did you somehow become even stupider than before? That much should have been obvious from the get-go.
Well then, we're just going to have to get something through your thick skull. Are you listening with those big ears, Grandma? Loud and clear? None of us are going to allow you to take away Liam. We'll do anything and everything in our power to stop you. Isn't that right, Neo?
Dude,
I might regret this later. It goes against all that I've strived to complete. But you're right, Lana. Even if you won't talk, Ank, then I'll just have to make sure you tell me what you saw. And nobody needs to get hurt in order for that to happen. Nobody is going to get hurt again. That's a promise I made to myself after what happened between you and Axie last time.
This new body, it's not just for looks, you know. By bestowing upon me this power, RB has made me completely and utterly invincible to anything you moronic fools could do to stop me.
Wait, so RB is behind this? Huh.
Axie, we're back. You can let go of me now.
Ank isn't getting his hands on you. Not if I have anything to say about it. And despite the scolding I got last time, I'll do what I did again. If it really comes down to it. Lana's in trouble. I need to go.
Axie, wait just 1 second. Ank doesn't care about Lana. He cares about me. He might take her hostage like last time, but he won't do anything to hurt her if it won't help him get closer to me. You need to hear me out. We've talked about a lot of things lately, and I've shared with you a lot of my dreams, and my pain, and my pretty embarrassing delusions. But did you notice? Never talked about Ank. Oh man, I complain about my body all day long. When it comes to Ank, not a word. Not unless asked. Did you ever wonder why he never came up? Lana always put great emphasis on the things he did, and with good reason, to protect me. But that doesn't matter, because Ank isn't important. The pain and panic I experience every day on a moment-to-moment basis, it's so much scarier than Ank or anything he could possibly do to me. The pain can get so bad, so caring about him, well, it's just a waste of time. He's not worth the thought. I'm scared of what's happening in my own body. I'm scared of the eye taking you all away. Ank is a small fry in comparison to those issues. If anything, I'd be scared at how my condition could worsen from the things he'd do to me. But he, by himself, it's not scary. And better Ank getting a hold of me than the eye. So, if it comes down to it, I've decided that I'll fight him head on. And if he hurts me, or drags me into the void, then that's fine.
Are you? I'm not
I can accept that. But this is not your fight.
No, Liam. That's wrong. I don't claim to know what's going through your head, but I don't think you understand your own potential either.
My potential? What do you mean by that?
Think about that for a second, you dummy. I'll be back once we deal with Ank. And don't you even think about moving. Just focus on the coping skills that Lana taught you. Breathe. I'll be back before you can say, "Watch-o-matic watch." So you won't say anything about RB? What's there to say? Bracket boy just seems like your everyday asshole. Reminds me a little of myself, actually. Well, maybe he's a little too cryptic for my tastes. Makes a promise to show me my past life, and only gives me a tiny glimpse. What a fucking tease. But I guess even assholes can be nice to each other. Look at this shiny new body he's given me. Your past life? I knew it. Tell me what he showed you, Ank. I owe you nothing, you filthy rat. Holy crap. Ooh.
Axie's back. The three of us need to decide what to do now.
You know, maybe it's all the accumulated stress lately, but I'm pissed off. RB, if this is truly your doing, your plan, then you are no friend of mine. I denounce you. As of this moment, I'm done playing by your rules. I'll get information my way, but I'm not going to let you take away one of our own. I thought I'd lose my humanity over an answer from you, but that's wrong. Screw your messages if that's the case. I'll get home without your help. Ank, last time you only had to deal with Axie, and he alone beat you. We'll make you listen to us. Guys, let's tie him up. Ank didn't try to taunt them back. His eyes were full of confidence.
It's weird. Why didn't he try to chase after Liam and I? He keeps bragging about his big new shiny body. But look at it, it's slower than molasses. We can make the first move.
They attempted to converge on him. He was much bigger than they were, certainly. But the three of them together should have been able to hold him down. In theory. All together now.
Oh. Was I supposed to feel something?
Dang it, he's so tough.
What is this texture? The roughness of his skin. I've really never felt anything like this before in my entire life.
It doesn't matter what it is. All that matters is that we hold him down.
Where, oh where, did the three little axolotls go? Oh, so you want to give me a massage? Well, ain't that cute? But it's wrong. Well, actually, whatever you do to me, it can't actually hurt. That's right. Just to prove how superior I am. Then you, trash. I won't even put up a fight. You heard me. Hit me as much as you'd like. Use as much force as you can. Nothing you do will have any effect on me. None at all.
Jesus. What he's saying seems to be true. Touching him feels like trying to crush a brick wall.
I refuse to believe this is all we can do. There must be something.
I've got an idea. Do whatever you can to hold him off. I'll be right back. While they're trying, Axie and Lana kept holding on to him. But it felt utterly useless. And even though it wasn't much, it felt like Ank was starting to make significant progress towards the rock.
Ank, with this speed, you have no chance of getting Liam. So what's the point?
Is that so? Well, I beg to differ. You see, I won't ever get tired. But that green bastard is already tired and weak, which makes him ripe for the picking. Even if you were to evade me with your help, it wouldn't last for more than a few days. But with this body, there's no limit to my stamina. There's no need for sleep or rest. Weeks, months. I've got all the time it takes. In addition to that, I'm quite passionate about my revenge. More passionate than you lot will ever be about anything.
No, Ank. That's where you're wrong. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is more charged up than I am. Right now. Right now. Axie thought back to the race they'd had. Jesus. That weird synth. What the hell? Axie remembered the feeling of his emotions taking over him, driving him to win no matter what.
You're a fool. Open your eyes. There's nothing you can do to me if I'm in this state. The only reason you guys are alive right now is so you can suffer in your hopelessness. Should it simply strike me as a whim, it wouldn't take a second to bash your heads in one by one.
That's where you're wrong, Ank. You have no idea what we're all capable of. He imagined all the terrible things that would happen if he were to fail. How he would hurt poor Liam, who was already in a lot of pain. All Liam wants to do is enjoy life. Actually tried to fill his mind with images of people and places. All of the things Liam wanted to do in life when he got better. You think he can trample on that? What? What? Just because you don't like him? You made a mistake messing with us. Okay. Axie hit him from every direction, every angle he could, and he's talking to himself in the third person with only the strongest punches.
Axie! Ah! Axie! Axie! Save your strength. Using physical strength alone is just a waste of energy. We need to think of something else.
Also, his color changed.
Took you idiots long enough to get it.
Alright, I'm back. And I brought a friend with me.
An axe, huh? I think I might have seen that before in the lab.
Yeah, it was one of the tools I used to make my bookshelf. I didn't know if I'd ever have to use it again. And even consider throwing it into the void. It might not be much, but I'm glad that we have something.
So this is your so-called weapon, huh? A raggedy old axe. What I said before remains true. Try your might on me. I won't fight back. Oh, I promise. You won't have me lifting a single finger.
The three of us together. Heave and... Clang. The axe slammed into him but did no harm.
Dang it!
Again! Clang.
Maybe if we try again? Dang it!
How? Why? Did Arby make him so strong?
We can't think anything about that, egghead. He's getting closer to the rock each second.
Ugh. As long as the axe still works, we need to keep trying.
Yes, keep it going. What you're doing now can finally qualify as a massage. Oh, Bracket Boy, this body is every bit as powerful as you made it seem.
You're a very big axolotl.
We got it to stick!
Yeah, but it's barely in. The axe had punctured the first layer of his body, creating a small crack.
They don't call me Axie for nothing.
Really? In this situation, did you really have to make that pun?
To be fair, kind of.
I mean,
Yeah? I don't know, I'm kind of a. I feel slightly disappointed that you did that, honestly.
So he's not invincible. Now it's our time. Push on the handle as hard as you can. Axie channeled his anger. Lana. You better not hurt Lana. Despite the fact that she was right next to him. Lana, meanwhile, was thinking about that day.
Axie, I criticized you so harshly before. Am I doing the same thing as what you did? No! The difference is I'm not going to lose myself to anger. We're not going to hurt Ank unnecessarily. But we will save Liam. I'll do anything to save him.
We're making some progress. The axe was now a few inches deep into Ank's arm, and a crack was starting to spread. Yet still, the expression on his face was unsettling.
Impressive, my dears. Together, the three of you may be slightly above worthless. But you are not impressive enough for me to even break my promise.
Ank stopped moving completely for a second, as the three of them pushed on the axe as hard as they could. And then, at once, the axe broke.
No! No, no! What happened?
I decided to flex my muscles. That is all. All I did was tense up and focus for a second. That small amount of power is all it takes to completely destroy the best chance the three of you had.
Theo held the big axe, what was left of it, in his hands. New plan. Regroup at the rock.
Good. I can finally rest my ears from the annoying screeches that you lot call your voices. Whatever cockamamie plan you came up with, try your best. I look forward to your next futile attempt.
You're an asshole, Ank. You're just a big asshole.
All right. I'll keep guard.
The two of you think of something good, alright? And quickly. The axe was the closest thing I had to a weapon. The lab is equipped for research, not for battle.
But we did some damage to him. We know that he's not invincible.
You know you could just throw the axe into his eye, just saying.
We can beat him.
Well, then again, he could blink, so that could cancel it, but...
The only question is how.
I can't think of anything. Just what sort of scientist am I?
Whatever happens, it's going to be okay. Liam? How are you doing?
Liam was huddled in his uncomfortable corner, with a hand resting on the baggie that held the candies. He had on a guilty, anxious expression. It was past the point in the day where the medicine would have worn off. Under normal circumstances, he might be suffering from an attack and thrashing around. He certainly looked anxious, but he was not in that terrible state of shaking and misery that Lana was so used to seeing at this time of day.
You know, tough day. So I took a couple extra.
Nobody could scold him for that. Well, I mean, who would?
It's always in multiple sections that I record this.
Nobody could scold him for that.
That gives me an idea. Those candies. They might just be the key to stopping Ank. We know what happens when Liam takes the candy. It has a very strong effect. It takes his pain away and makes him relaxed. Isn't that right, Liam?
Yeah. Well, first it made me sleepy.
Sleepy, huh? That's what I noticed. That's what I'm counting on.
But I got used to it. It doesn't knock me out. When it wears off, I feel like crap.
Your body basically got adjusted to it.
I'm guessing. You want to feed Ank some of my candies?
It's really not that bad of an idea. If it puts Ank to sleep like it did initially for Liam, then we could figure out what to do with him afterwards.
I've been taking multiple doses depending on the day, and while it's very strong, Ank is a lot bigger than I am right now.
About that. What do you think would happen if you ate the whole jar? Or whatever is left?
Maybe this is the anxiety speaking, but it would be an awful overdose. And I'd probably die. It's really strong stuff. Or, you know, it's possible I would just sleep for a long time.
So we are basically treating the candy pretty much like medicine, and taking too much all at once would have a very negative side effect.
But if I woke up, I don't even want to think about how bad the hangover would be. Sometimes I wonder, is the medicine even worth it? And when I'm off it, I feel even worse than before.
We know that the effects of these little guys are strong. Unless anyone has a better idea, this is what I propose. We stuff it all in his big mouth. As much candy as we can fit in. We'll give him a mega dose. Let's see how his invincible body reacts to that.
The others were quiet. There were so many things that could go wrong. But they were pushed up against an edge, with no obvious way of survival, against a great foe. So a crazy plan had to be better than no plan at all.
I don't know how to convince him to open his big mouth, though.
We'll just have to take advantage of his inflated ego. Fair enough.
Leave that to me. Context clues have led me to believe that Ank might find me annoying at times. Could you guys imagine that? When I'm around him, it's like he can't stop from opening his big dumb mouth. But guys, the time to act is soon. The big lug is getting mighty close. Just don't take all of it. All right?
Of course. Need some for you, buddy.
Yeah. We've got to leave a little bit for Liam.
2 pieces. You've been using these every day. The baggie, which was full when I gave it to you, now only has half of its original supply. It would run out soon, even if we weren't planning on using all of it now. Let's just assume and pray that the void will be fixed tomorrow. We save 2 pieces. 1 for tomorrow, and 1 for the void to produce more the following day. If all goes well according to plan, we just need to hold out until then. I'll try to manipulate the void into making even better medicine too. How's that sound? There's not going to be a second chance. RB made Ank into a big dude. We're going to need to fill him up with the maximum possible dose of this stuff that we can spare.
RB. I've heard that a couple of times today.
I don't know much about him, but even what I do know might take a while to explain. All you need to know for now is know that I'm not listening to him anymore. We aren't just going to be idle playthings in his game. Even though I promised I wouldn't, after Ank is no longer a threat, I'll tell you guys everything I know.
Guys, it's time. Lana, get ready to hide Liam. Got it. Good luck, friends.
If worse came to worse, Lana knew she would risk everything to keep Liam safe.
Hello, ugly. I'm so close. Has garbage ever smelled so sweet? Well, you two are hiding a secret, aren't you? So what is your pathetic plan this time?
They hadn't rehearsed anything, so it was time to improv. Ank! I bet right now, there's no way. I smoked you last time. But now, even in your current state, there's absolutely no way you could beat me in a race.
No shit, Axie. This body is amazing and durable. I feel like it could do anything. With enough time. Except that asshole RB made it so slow. That's its only fault. The only weakness I have. Axie, is this your pathetic attempt to deter me? Slow me down? Sorry. I'm not falling for any of your low intelligence tricks. Now get out of the way. Or don't. Doesn't matter much to me. I'm so close. It feels like I've been fasting. And now finally it's almost time to feast.
Ank! You are such a sore loser! It's all this incredible body this and this awesome body that. Sure, rely on your new body. Because without it, you wouldn't even stand a chance. Remember when we had similar bodies? I kicked your butt without even breaking a sweat. Despite the odds. There are a ton of things I'd still be able to beat you at despite your constant, oh, this body is so great, blah, blah, blah nonsense. Like a singing contest, don't you dare.
What the fuck? A fucking singing contest? Are you kidding me? Oh, Axie. You should realize, you don't know how absolutely sensual this voice is.
I don't know, is it? I hate this.
Compared to your high-pitched sorry excuse for a chatterbox.
start then. Here goes nothing. I am not... Oh god. Don't make me... What are you doing? I'm not even going... Yo, my name... I am not sing... I cannot sing. My name is Axie, but you, Ank, you can call me Axie. Yeah, my favorite Pokemon is Chansey. Yeah, boy, I'm Axie the Axel... God damn it, you just had to bring in Chansey, didn't you?
What the actual fuck did I just listen to? It hurts. Your voice is awful. God damn. That was so lame. Is there anyone that can wash the shit out of my ears? I've got this in the bag. In fact, I don't even need lyrics to prove the capabilities of my superior voice.
Ank cleared his throat. You know, Egghead, it's actually pretty good. Okay, this is no time for music appreciation, but you're right. It's time for action. Let's go. While his mouth was open, the two had used the opportunity to shove the whole promotional candy baggie inside. What stinky breath! Let's get out of here. Just in time. Ank had noticed the two inside his mouth, so he bit down hard. This was seemingly his downfall. The container with the candies perforated and most immediately slithered down his throat. All of the blue shards, aside from a few he coughed out, were now inside him.
What the hell was that shit? Thanks to you, I just swallowed a bunch of strange stuff. Damn it! What did you assholes make me swallow?
Well, we did it. Now we just have to stall.
And, you know, here I thought the tank didn't have any food in it. Well, if you're so generous as to feed your lord, then who am I to complain?
But after a couple of moments, Ank felt sensation. Whatever the sensation was, it was not entirely unfamiliar. He knew from what RB had shown him that Liam had tortured him, made him swallow many pills. However, his death had been another way. He hadn't overdosed.
I feel a bit weird right now. A bit lightheaded. That's right. Light. I'm light. I'm not heavy anymore. Right now I feel like I could do anything. I feel light and fast.
All of a sudden, there was a paradigm shift in the way Ank moved. While before he had been so slow that even Liam with his limp legs and off-balance swimming could escape him, now he was speedy. How fast? That was too hard to tell. Okay, this is bad. He was moving so fast, it looked to Axie as though he was teleporting. Oh.
So, Axie,
The giant face crept upon him.
those blue shards you fed me were yummy. I don't suppose you'd like to race now.
Ank, please!
You cured the one weakness this body had. Perfection can be improved upon. Our life is certainly full of surprises.
All they could do now was stare in terror.
It's time.
And with those words, he vanished. Quickly! To the void! Ank! You're not going to lay it! They vanished. Oh my god! He hadn't even deigned her the chance to speak.
It can't be.
She broke out in tears. Meanwhile, Neo was correct in his assumption that Ank would appear at the void.
Finally. Your flame which burns so dark and disgusting is about to be extinguished.
Please, Ank! If there's anything we can do! I heard you curse out RB! I already decided that I'm not playing by his rules anymore! Ank wasn't even listening. He was totally transfixed on his prey.
You have no idea how long I've waited for this day. Hell, I don't even know how long. Now let me get a closer look at you. Oh? Being a little stubborn, are you?
Liam was holding on to Ank's arm for dear life.
I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go of your arm. No matter what. Until now, I've been holding my own tail almost everywhere I go. It's time to put that grip strength to use. Axie was right. I haven't been living up to my full potential. And I'll never know what my potential is unless I keep on living. Even if I can never travel, even if life isn't comfortable all the time, I'm fine with living the dream. As long as I have friends like Axie and Lana, I'll try to live. They make life worth living.
I don't care. I need to figure out what sin you've committed. That is the only thing that matters.
I'm not letting him go either! Axie was now holding on to Liam's body, who himself was attached to Ank's beat-up arm. Me too! I'm fed up with not being able to help you guys. Ah, there she is.
We care about each other. We'll do whatever we can to save him.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. You're all so dumb. I bet that even if I added all your IQs together, it wouldn't be in the double digits. To stop you morons, all I need to do is this.
Starting with Lana, he put his free hand on her and started pulling. Everyone, hold on as tightly as you can.
And just a little more strength. And a little more. I might even be close to 50% of my power now.
That's still not 1% of Shaggy strength, but whatever.
Together you four aren't so bad. But it's not going to be enough.
Of all of them, Liam held the tightest.
Okay, let's get you all off.
He used a little strength and crack. He pulled them as hard as he could. Oh! Oh! What? However, in the process of pulling off the 4 axolotls, he accidentally ripped his whole arm clean off. It was a combination of several things that led up to this moment. Did the medicine actually make his body weaker? The crack that the axe had made, the strength of the 4 together, his own strength, and all the shards of medicine he'd swallowed which had dulled his sense of pain.
Oh, could I not notice myself doing that?
It must be those candies. You probably didn't feel any pain because they make you feel numb.
You've done it again, haven't you? Hurt me? One arm is more than enough to take you. Liam, we're done here.
With one finger, he flicked Axie, Lana, and Neo away, one by one until Liam was the only one left.
There will be no last words for you. The longer I stay here, the more annoying you all become. For the 4 of you to rip my arm off is an incredible feat. But for me, ripping off one of your arms is less challenging than popping a zit.
And so, using his middle finger and his thumb... Oh! Oh! Ank squeezed Liam's arm off his small body. God! Liam was howling with pain. Shit!
Try to follow us if you'd like, but if you do, the void will kill you.
He flicked the 2 arms down to the waterbed where the others were dazed and attempting to get up. But it was too late. They're going in the void, aren't they?
And now, Liam, Finally, goddamn. It's finally time. It's time to find out what you did to me. It might burn a little, but we need to wash off the cancer from your body. Yes, that's right. Enjoy the burn, because it'll be your most comfortable sensation for a very long time.
Ank shoved them both into the void.
Don't be scared. Your big brother Ank is right here with you.
The void feasted upon the two inhabitants. Everything rumbled. Flashes of white lightning sprang freely. The tornado of currents it created made everyone hold on to each other for dear life. But as soon as it felt like it had started, it stopped. And for a very long while, amongst everyone, there was only sadness and tears.
Shit!